Good morning, YouTube. Happy Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. Well, United States of America. It's time for me, well, the only time I'm going to be able to get this game in. And to celebrate our country's birthday, I'm going to use a Canadian team. Alright. Oh, man. Here's to not sleeping tonight. And waking up at 5 a.m.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Toronto Mounties.
All right.
3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Hey. 4 down. All right, here we go.
Darnold on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Three receivers set. So put 3 corners on the field. All right.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Phenomenal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Good job, D, good job. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
Darnold from the gun. And Jeffrey's got it.
I thought I had that jump.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
To throw is Darnold. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Now let's go. Green.
A first down throw, Darnold. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
All right, here we go. Green,
Now a play fake here on
Oh,
first
no,
down.
that's not. Oh, okay. That worked.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last
Yeah,
one
the Lions can pull that one.
We got three, fellas.
on the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And oh, a little spin cycle. Room to run now.
All right, let's run
And he'll
Saquon.
get this up to the 30-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 carries, 66 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Street. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Complete to Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Right.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13
We'll
yards
get
on
there.
his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
All
I
right.
do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be
Joey knows
strong
where I'm
in the
going.
middle. If you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end. And this is caught at the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe
Oh, there's a
enough
whole
for
lot
another
of scouting
first
you can
down
do
and
in
one.
there.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is caught.
There we go.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one after the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
A drive that time of 6 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
Great screen coverage.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
God, I love Jakeem Grant's returnability.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they have a really
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
not making enough to take that catch up.
And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And a huge play that time. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
He's got it.
Touchdown. Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Point after, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Alright. Sorry, someone seen later a text.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Lions now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey. All right, here we go. 3-19.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 14-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Back nine up, here we go. Hey. All right, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And
he
now
landed on his head.
just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
Here we go.
So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Darnold, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime
So
example.
going back to look at that play, 2 guys were set to block the guy that ran out.
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Don't touch that.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
I almost called
Now
fair
this
catch.
offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Skirts by him at the 35.
There we go.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
That safety will get Barkley for the real side.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of
Kool-Aid Man
scrimmage.
got hurt.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes.
Bobby Boucher.
Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
We got 3. We got 3.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, I thought you had that.
Incomplete.
Oh, man, that's rough.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fair catch called for.
Oh, I didn't see the fair catch. I was able to lay him out.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Lions will take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We
That
used to wonder
sucks.
about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
That
And
sucked
to the
too.
42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant
play
route.
it
And what the
this
receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield
All right, here we go.
for a deeper route and then breaks it up, usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
All right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You're on an island over there. Single receiver. Now let's go.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Tight end to the left.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Stunner.
Well, someone's been up to the
Steve
task so
Austin,
far in this
stunner.
game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain
Definitely
there
should
down
go
the
there.
37-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple
well,
yards
fourth
shy
down,
of
they
the
kick
red
the field
zone
goal,
here at the
but
22-yard line. They
even
get
better
14,
than
but they
stop
still
them.
needed a little bit more. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Damn.
And Gostkowski's
That
kick
sucks.
is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part
Gives him a
for a
hand the
runner
ball, either.
because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. And he's
Nope,
taken
quarterback
down
can't
and able
spin.
to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive.
Good 90
Gain of
speed,
12
just
and a
can't
first
spin.
down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's letting this
Get
one
there.
go for Fuller. Got him there.
Yeah.
It's caught inside the 10. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Oh, man. Lucked out on that one.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the other games going on here
Hard
around the
to
NFL.
score a touchdown from sometimes.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get
Inside
into the red
4
zone
and
and the safeties have less ground to cover, you
outside
better be quick with your delivery.
12 is
Not
usually
much
the
space to get
scoring
a ball
range.
in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
4 down. Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The quick slant
And that's the
caught.
play I would normally score
And
from
he's able to
inside
get
4.
it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps
All right, now
pretty
look
well,
at
but
56.
somehow
Look
able to
at
muscle his
56.
way open and catch the ball.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll set up to throw.
Bad throw.
And almost picked off.
I
I
got
guess
so
the good
lucky there.
news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not
Yeah,
only was the call
hey,
spot on, how about
turnover
the
and downs
execution of
here.
that defense right there. The zone was
not
absolutely
like
locked up tight.
I can't
He was
get a
trying to force it
safety,
in there on
and it's
3rd
almost
down.
as
But
many
if there's a
points,
time to
and I
force
get
it,
the
he
ball
felt like
back.
he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Yeah, we're gonna
Can
go
this
for it.
defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Watch 30.
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And he drops it.
Incomplete. They're
You don't just
turned
drop a
away on
pass.
4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal
Come
line
on,
stand.
man.
So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right
should
play
give the
call,
card
is
for
it
you,
not?
right?
In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
They just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes
Go
place.
for it, huh?
As he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Handoff comes to Cook. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Does he have to touch to be a
I know
fumble?
there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
There we
And
go.
Jones has it over the middle. And he is able to take this way
Timeout.
down into Detroit
Mounties.
territory. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown.
There we go.
Devin Funchess as the 1st half is winding down. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And a big go-to inside
I heard
5
Coach
plays.
talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion.
Oh, wow.
He said those could be the
Oh, you know
ones
it
that
was.
can finish
It was
off a squad.
right down the middle, kick
Yeah,
it
they've
in
got
box.
the cushion. This half has been theirs. The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down.
Hey. Here we go now. Green 39.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Jakeem Grant now to return. And an alley to run.
There we go. One touch.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for the touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, time. I will guarantee you in their locker room. They talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And
I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
A big play there for Detroit. 45 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense, can off.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There we go.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at...
And the Lions pressure too
That's
strong.
some terrible
Down he
blocking home or
goes.
something.
Dietrich Wise Jr. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 45 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
12 more yards there and another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
I'm lucky that wasn't a fumble.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jones will be open.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
All right. I gotta swear I heard
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm gonna score.
And Detroit getting set to go now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose.
All right.
It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And
I thought
incomplete.
for sure I was
The
getting picked off with
contact
2
made the
Mounties
ball
right there.
roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Pulled in at the 24. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And possession will switch
58
hands,
yards per
1st and
return.
10.
That's crazy.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He sort of just keeps chipping away at this defense. Hasn't had a spectacular game, but here in the 3rd quarter that they've known all game long that he's there.
He's the type of guy that frustrates you if you're playing defense, because when you think you've taken away something or you think you've got him in check, he comes up with another catch.
4
the
rushes,
chains move,
78
he
yards.
finds a way to get it to the end zone. He's that guy that
dig it?
drives you crazy, and offenses love it.
He's hoping to drive him more crazy here coming up.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he won't get much.
Yeah, he doesn't
Maybe
have
a
that
couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
explosive cut move on that
Another scouting
formation for some
report
reason.
on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Oh, it should be open.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
And throw on the
He's
run.
letting this one go
Not a
for
good
4.
decision.
And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Kick is up and
These
good.
kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Hey, boys, we got 4. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Cook. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's get 0.5 yards per carry at this point.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. He might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he
Here we
can.
go. Green, 39.
Play action. It's Darnold. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact.
User breakup right there.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. It's taken to the 26.
Yeah, not 58 yards per return anymore, that's for sure. Oh, maybe.
Oh,
it is, all right.
Of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take
Hadden
over.
glitch.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing?
These upside runs.
Secondary guys have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And now spinning away. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Welcome back to Toronto. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go.
They'll go option to the short side. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's having a good game. He usually does so.
Down carry for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Yeah, give him 4 yards there.
13 yards per carry.
6. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure on their own offense.
Just going to hold on.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looks like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open.
And he's going to go down.
I sure saw that corner coming in.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Devin Funchess with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. He stiff arms it.
Oh, shit.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Yeah, except
they were looking to throw. Still first down. A big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
Yeah, there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where...
There we go.
There he goes, right side.
Shoot clock, 180 seconds. I think I failed that goal.
Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know
only took 11 seconds
to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down, finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Really wanted to switch to
a gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Watch left. Start right there. Here we go now. Green.
Darnold from the gun. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
42.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is emboldened the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
I mean, he was on the ball anyway, so.
No. Check. Patriot.
The toss out to Barkley. Look at the dance and the juke. Oh, now he bowls him over.
Shouldn't have broke that
nice
tackle.
carry there of 15
Lost
yards.
character because of it.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Oh, some strong running. And he'll be out just a yard or two
And
shy
we
of
got the drive
30.
goal that time.
That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a play fake here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find
2
anywhere
minutes
to go
remaining
with
in
it.
that.
And he goes down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back.
Detroit!
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it looks like he'll
Touchdown.
throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right
No,
side.
never mind. Can't hit his
the
target.
long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
There's so many like
Picked off
this.
at the
The
22.
game's over.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
4 down. Here we go now. 3-19.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Oh, fighting off the defender. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hurry up, here we go.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
If they score, we're going for 2.
They'll drop to throw. And he's
No,
going to be sacked.
we're not going for 2.
They sack him back right at the midfield
And
stripe.
that'll be all. Enjoy your Independence Day. Remember, if you're shooting off fireworks, do it responsibly. We don't want any more Jason Pierre-Pauls out there. Have a good one, guys. Peace.